Hello guys, so here we are. Today we will make an analysis, a weekly analysis on our hot assets, the markets that we usually tend to trade. Where we'll start with gold, moving on to the US indices, and then a little bit on the major forex pairs. So here we are going to the 4-hour time frame on gold. This is one of the basic templates that we use to analyze the market, but let me hide everything for the time being. Just want to focus on the price pattern. This has been the one of the bullish views that we had on gold since 2 weeks ago, and apparently it was validated on that breach above the 1800. We thought that gold, after breaking the 1800, would continue the rally towards the 1880 mark to complete and finish off this wave D. Why 1880? The 1880 is the 100% extension level. Let us redraw this extension. So from wave C, we're going to take the extension of this leg. We start here, 1 point, 2 points, 3 points, and we will get the target for our possible wave D. There is a high probability that gold is trading in a triangle pattern. That's why we have labeled it as A, B, C, D, and then E, finishing the year down. We'll see. It's not, we don't know the future yet. However, this is our primary view on gold. And as long as we are not invalidated, we will keep tracking this case. Gold is very difficult to be traded intraday. We have seen that very often on our live Telegram room, and intraday trading, very tough to trade, especially with stop hunting and the tight stops. So if you are a swing trader, you clearly hold an advantage compared to day traders and scalpers. As such, if you're still holding a buy position in gold, look to take further profits, not all of them, but to take more profits around the 1880 mark or even 1890. Who knows, maybe they're going to push it higher. And there, just liquidate the profits. That would be perfect. And we'll be looking for a sell around the upper bound of this channel, or once we clearly see a sign that this wave D is over. If the price goes farther than the swing high here at wave B, then our view is completely invalidated and the triangle pattern will be thrown away, because it should not go above the wave B high here. No, it must hold the extension 100, and then we slowly move down from here. Let's look at some pivot points, moving averages. Where do we stand on the weekly and last week? So we open up today on Monday, fresh new week. The weekly is at 48, which means this level will be tested at some point during this week. It needs to be tested. 48, 49, something there. That's our weekly pivot. This was last week's pivot. And as you see, this is a strong uptrend market. There is no reason to be a seller yet, unless the weekly pivot is broken. Whereas daily, today you have 2 sessions here, a very tight support area in gold. As long as this zone holds, buyers may try to push it immediately without further deep buys, deep pullbacks. So if you are eager to entering, or if you have a positive result from last week, you may try a buy position now at 62, 63-ish in gold, with stop loss at 59, 58, and hold for a possible continuation to the upside. If not, as us, we in gold usually struggle with tight stops. Therefore, we prefer to wait for a dip to the weekly pivot before we enter a buy, or maybe we buy a bit later during the US session Who knows? But this is the view in gold. Moving on to Nasdaq. Alrighty. So on Nasdaq, a strong push to the upside finished last week quite strongly, reversed completely the last dip. And now we have made this analysis before, but this is what we expect for today in Nasdaq. We are expecting a dip towards the weekly pivot, the daily pivot, before the price holds there this support box and then rallies and continues towards the previous swing high, or probably making higher highs later on. And we remain quite bullish in Nasdaq too. So this pattern is bullish. And if we remove all the drawing, and for some teaching lessons here, we can prepare that analysis again from scratch. So let's go to the 4-hour. Firstly, you create a bias, or where is this market trading in the big macro scheme of things. And it is trading upwardly. So it's an upward trend, strong uptrend, made new all-time highs, pulling back to the previous structure, close to the previous structure. I thought that it would dip right there in order to bounce farther, but it didn't. Maybe it dips again later on. So we will keep an eye on this previous all-time high zone, which may be tested later on if, keep an eye on that. But for now, we have this pattern. We can use the extensions to mark the area. So that was a strong, quite a strong move down below the 100%, below the 161.8. So Nasdaq made sure to have some stop runs here on the late buyers. People were panic buying here, FOMOing into a trade, and then all those late buyers were shaken off by this strong move, which was extended probably 261.8. Let's see. 200, where are you? Yeah, here. Exactly, 261.8. Every time a wave, so this is Elliott wave terms, every time the wave 3 is elongated and stretched so much, usually the next pullback is also a bit deep. It's not that shallow as in a normal wavelength, but it's deep. So usually it goes to 161.8, and that's more than enough. But in this case, probably some stop runs here, capitulation of late buyers, of these buyers that FOMOed into a trade with huge volume. They again capitulated here, most likely. And the pattern that we are tracking in Nasdaq Elliott wave terms is this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're looking for 5 soonish. This wave 4 probably has ended here, but it may also extend a bit more in time down here. Why so? Because the waves must alternate. So there is a rule in a guideline in Elliott wave theory that says the waves, the corrective waves, usually alternate with each other. They're not that equal in shape and form and price correction, time correction. If we see a fast wave 2 correction, we should see a shallow sideways wave 4 correction. That's why maybe we keep this as a possibility in the future. But regardless, we follow short-term price action. Don't want to spend too much time on the details. Fib retracement, let's find the golden zone. We have a swing high, swing low. Let's move this extension here. We have the golden zone currently. Golden zone is usually referred to a Fib retracement of 61.8 and sometimes 76%. And therefore, as long as price struggles to close above the golden zone area, we are still looking for a dip to downside support levels, which means for now downside support is the pivots range. Therefore, we believe that Nasdaq today can play like this scenario. It may make another higher high, test the 61.8, and then during the US market, it can dip lower towards the weekly pivot and end the day there, and then slowly grind higher the next sessions towards probably 76 or maybe higher and higher towards the previous swing high. This is the view on Nasdaq. Moving on to Dow Jones. Dow Jones, here we are, same situation. We had a chance to buy early in the morning before the London session opened at daily pivot, but we missed. I didn't have faith. It was Monday, very slow start of the day. However, it did its part, continued upward, and then it's currently testing the weekly pivot. So this pattern is already done. This part is done. 100% extension of this down move correction up to now. Nothing serious on this down move. Nothing to worry about. It's a channel. So price contained within a channel. Price contained within a channel is of a corrective nature. It's not a trend. Therefore, the previous trend is about to resume once the bound of the channel, upper bound of the channel is broken. So here we have kind of a theory statements, but it's working well. The upper bound of the channel is broken to the upside. It got retested, held, now advancing higher. As long as we keep maintaining this progression of creating higher highs and higher lows and pullbacks, then Dow must continue trading higher. We have made an extension here for this move. Let's delete and draw it again. Extension. Extensions are used to predict where the next move in the future can go, how far can the price go in the future, and are used for profit taking, for scaling out, and as such. So we're going to use in the low here. I'm going to use the swing high here and this higher low, extend it, and there you get the two important Fibonacci extensions, the 100%, the 161.8%. It will not be easy because we have the weekly pivot. The US session hasn't started yet. However, as a buyer, as a bullish biased trader today, I'll be looking for pullbacks today in Dow to hold above daily pivot and later on to continue towards the 36,300 extension mark, which is a Fibonacci combo zone because it corresponds with the golden zone here. So you see exactly right there. But that's a high energy point in Dow where 61.8 corresponds with the extension. Now that's a beautiful textbook area which needs to be tested. Must be, not needs, must be tested. We'll see how and in what form it will be tested. Maybe we'll pull back down to daily pivot, which will scare away these buyers, and will make it difficult also for us. But we will buy. We want to buy, test a buy, and see if later on we finish the day at this important Fibonacci cluster zone. Let's take a look at the VWAP. Where is VWAP? We have VWAP here. What the situation with VWAPs in Dow? Right. Okay. So we have VWAP for the session, for the bands. Okay. 50%. All right. Yeah. It's important to trade above VWAP. That's all. Or at least trade above Friday's VWAP. Friday's VWAP here, Friday VWAP, or Friday daily pivot point. At which mark? 36.33. Yeah, Friday. Okay, Friday pivot point. So this is important. If we don't hold today's pivot, then we will dip towards Friday's daily pivot. And yet again, that will be a deep buy opportunity. I don't want to be a seller in Dow yet until we finish this up move towards the FIB cluster. And then there I may be a seller, but not now, not yet. Let's take a quick look on pound also and finish up with this. Pound has been in a downtrend for some time. Yeah. And where do we stand with the monthly? It's very far away, so we don't use it. Oh, this is the downtrend in pound. It made a lower low. Can we spot something on the daily here? Probably can use some extensions. It has broken the 200, retest twice, failed, and continued the downtrend. Maybe if we use the extension here. Yeah, 133 again. It's a level that we thought it would be tested months ago. However, it went so close to it here and then it bounced. We thought that probably this move was finished. However, the price is double correcting again. This is possible double correction. Probably an ending diagonal. I'm going to talk to myself here. Probably ending diagonal, expanding diagonal on a wave C. So I'm just going to do something in silence. All right. We're looking for a bottom soon in pound dollar. Maximum downside I see is this extension. We'll see when this will be realized. However, the pattern looks pretty textbooky on this label that we just did. Okay. It would be great to have another lower low in pound, another 100 pips down towards this extension. However, how can we trade this today? Where are the levels for today? Tough range, tough range. Daily pivot, weekly pivot. Therefore, could be a sideways moving market trading be above 33.95 towards 34.50 without further direction. So I think it's a buy at 33.95, target 34.50, there 34.50 could be a sell for a downtrend continuation later again. If the weekly pivot is challenged, then the price can go as far as 35. It's not one of my favorite markets. Don't trade at that often. So yeah, here we are in between pivots in 100 pips, less than 100 pips range, 70 pips range. If I had to pick between pound and Dow Jones or Nasdaq, I would clearly put all the money in Dow Jones and Nasdaq and don't trade and not choose this to trade for day trading, for swing trading maybe. For swing trading, this is perfect. I want to buy down here at 133. Therefore, I think we put a buy limit somewhere in pound, a bit lower than that. But anyhow, if we fail to cross above this week's pivot 34.50, then pound will continue the downtrend once more towards new lows, and from there it can bottom out. I wish you good luck this trading week. For any questions, you can contact us through the website or Telegram. So good luck with trading. Bye for now.